Welcome to What Future Are You Willing to Wake Up To? I'm Becky Vannes, author, speaker, entrepreneur, and creator of the 100-Day Workbook, What Future Are You Willing to Wake Up To? And the companion book, Begin Before You Feel Ready. This podcast is an invitation to stop waiting for your life to change and begin creating your future with more awareness, choice, energy, receiving, and daily practice. Each week, we'll explore the questions, stories, and choices that help you come back to your own knowing and begin creating a life that feels more like you. So, take a breath, stay curious, and let's ask the question, what future are you willing to wake up to? Welcome to the very first episode of What Future Are You Willing to Wake Up To? I'm your host, Becky Vannes, and I'm so happy you're here. This podcast was created for the person who knows there's more available in their life, even if they do not know fully what that even looks like yet. Maybe you are in a season of change. Maybe you're asking what is next. And you just know that there's more available in your life, even if you do not fully know what that even looks like yet. Maybe you're just ready for something different and you stumbled upon this video or this podcast, and maybe you're just tired of waiting until you feel ready, feel confident, feel clear, or completely put together before you begin. And that is really where this whole question for me came from. What future are you willing to wake up to? Not someday, not when everything is perfect, not when you finally have all the answers, but today. Because I believe your future is not something that you wait for. It's something you begin creating through awareness, choice, energy, receiving, embodiment, and daily practice. So, in this first episode, I want to share a little of my story and why I created the workbook, why I wrote Begin Before You Feel Ready, and what I hope this podcast becomes for you. So, let's start with let's see, what future are you willing to wake up to mean to me? So when I ask that question, I'm not asking people to create a perfect life or pretend everything is easy. I'm asking, what are you choosing every day? Consciously or unconsciously, that is creating the life you are waking up to. Because most of us wake up and recreate yesterday. We recreate our old thoughts. When you wake up in the morning, you're already worried or anticipating like what happened yesterday, right? Those old reactions, the old fears, the old patterns, old ways of seeing ourselves. And I started to wonder, what if we could wake up and choose differently? So, where was I in my own life when this question became real for me? So, there have been many moments in my life where I did not feel ready. I did not have a full plan. I did not know exactly what was going to happen next or how I was going to do it or how it was going to look. Um, I've been in business. I've had money, lots of money. I've lost money. I've lost lots of money. I've built companies. I've been the mom behind the scenes. I've had moments where I had to ask, what do I even do now? What do I do now? So, and one thing I've learned over and over is this: waiting to feel ready can keep you stuck for years. Because when are you ever ready? Right? Like, when you have to figure everything out, you're like, that's when I'll be ready. Right. So at some point, you have to choose from where you are. So, why did I write begin before you feel ready? Well, I wrote begin before you feel ready because I wanted to share the conversation behind the workbook. In here, it's probably going to be backwards. And if you're listening to this as a podcast, you won't see, but I'm actually holding up my workbook. Here's the workbook I just mentioned. So the workbook gives you the daily practice. The Begin Before You Feel Ready is the companion book that gives you the stories, the awareness, and the moments that created those practices in the workbook. It is not a book about me having a life all figured out. It is about like the moments where I did not know what was next. And I still chose. I still asked questions. I still followed the next door. Because sometimes the first step does not look big enough. When you're asking for something big to show up and you need it, that next thing you're like, wow, that's not it. That's not the $1 million idea that I was hoping for, right? So sometimes things just do not look big enough. Sometimes it looks like a small yes, a conversation, a question, a connection, a moment in a car, a decision to stop waiting. So what is the 100-day workbook really about? And the workbook is a 100-day journey to help you create your life with more awareness, choice, and daily practice. Each day gives you a place to ask, what would I like to create today? What would I like to create? What am I aware of today? What can I choose today? What old pattern am I ready to interrupt? What future am I willing to begin living from now? And it's not about fixing yourself. That's really, really important for me to stress. Like, there's nothing wrong with you ever. And it's not about fixing something. It's like, I don't believe you are broken. I don't believe you need another thing that makes you feel like you're behind or wrong at life in what you're doing. Like, I created this because I believe so many of us simply need a space to come back to ourselves, ask better questions, and choose with more awareness. A daily practice, daily creating your life as you are the new person that you wake up as. So, what is the biggest shift I want listeners or people who are watching this to understand? The biggest shift is this: your life changes when you stop waiting and start choosing. So waiting says, I'll begin when I'm ready. I'll choose when I'm confident. Um, I'll move when I know the whole plan. I'll receive when I feel worthy. I'll create when life calms down. Choosing says, what can I choose now? What one step can I take today? What am I aware of? What if I did not need to have the entire path before I begin? That is where the future starts to change. I don't know, like that sounds fun and simple and maybe easy, right? Like I think we make things so difficult. So, why is awareness such a big part of my work? So, awareness is the first door. You cannot change what you are unwilling to see. But awareness is not about judging yourself, it is not about making yourself wrong. Awareness is simply noticing. Notice a thought. Notice that thought that you just had. Notice the pattern. Notice when notice when you're shrinking. Notice where you hesitate, maybe where you wait. Notice where you make fear the leader. Noticing where you already know, but you keep asking everyone else. What do you think about this? What should I do here? Do you like this? Do you not like this? Do you do that? I know I do. So this is all about my journey as well. I actually created this workbook for me. And then I was like, oh, maybe other people want that. And once you notice, you have choice. What? Yeah. Did you hear that? Once you notice, you have choice. What does energy have to do with creating your life? So I believe the energy we choose matters. You can take action from fear, pressure, proving, control, or panic, and you can take action from possibility, clarity, receiving, trust, choice, awareness. The action may look the same from the outside, but the energy behind it is completely different. So that is why I talk about embodiment too. This work is not just about thinking a better thought, which is good. Like that helps thinking about a thought, but it is about becoming aware of what your body is also showing you. What energy are you being? And what future you are practicing every day. So, who did I create this podcast for? I created this podcast for the person who knows there's more available, the person who has read the books, which is me. I love books. Takes the classes. I love taking classes. Listens to podcasts, gathers the information, but now wants to actually live it. Right? Like the person who is ready to stop only collecting inspiration and start practicing it, practicing awareness, practicing choice, receiving, practicing embodiment and creation in real life. So this podcast is for the person asking, what is possible for me now? I know there's more available. What do I know that I have not been trusting that I know? And you uniquely are you. So only you know what you know. And people want to know. So Like the world has been looking for you. The world is ready for you. So, and what am I ready to choose now? What will people receive from this podcast that I'm starting today? On this podcast, we're going to talk about personal growth, creating your life, awareness, choice, energy, embodiment, receiving, self trust, reinvention, business, money, relationships, intuition, awareness, and the daily practices that help us become more conscious creators of our lives. Some episodes will be just of me, and some will be conversations with guests. So some will be stories, some will be questions you can take and use and practice into your own life. But the heart of every episode will come back to this. What future are you willing to wake up to? And what can you choose today that begins creating it right now? Ask yourself that. What can you choose today, now, that begins creating it? And we talked about energy. Like, can you actually perceive the energy in that question? How powerful it is? You're inviting yourself to know what you don't even know yet. Like, I'm always asking, gosh, what am I amazing at that I have not even discovered yet? Like, I know I'm really good at a lot of things. And that's great. I'm very grateful. But like, what else do I know? What else am I great at? And I invite you to that. Like, what are you great at that you haven't even acknowledged? You haven't even been willing to discover yet. Let's look at it. Show me every day. Ask. And then be aware when certain things show up. Like, oh, is this the energy that I just asked for? Is this different? I'm kind of good at this. This is really cool. Yeah. So these will be quick, hopefully potent, fun, powerful. So before I close this out, I want to leave you with one question. What is one thing you are choosing today that is creating the future that you are waking up to? The future that you're asking for now. Not to judge it, not to make yourself wrong, just to notice and discover. This is really about discovering you, the you that you've never even got to know. So just notice and then ask, what else could I choose now? That is where creation begins. So thank you so much for joining me today on this very first episode of What Future Are You Willing to Wake Up to? I am so grateful to begin this journey with you. And if this conversation spoke to you, look for the next one coming up. Bye, everyone. Thank you for listening to What Future Are You Willing to Wake Up to? If this episode opened something for you, take this question with you today. What can I choose now that creates more of the future I desire? To continue the journey, explore the 100-day workbook, the companion book, Begin Before You Feel Ready, the online experience, guided audios, and coaching, go to www.becky-vannes.com/workbook. Until next time, keep choosing, keep creating, and remember, your future begins with the choices you make today.